And we're also going to investigate the worst case of what happens if this plumbing system or this containment system fails.
Whoa, 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 what did you say about failure of a 3,000 PSI bottle?
Yeah, well, watch this. We're going to show what happens if you have hydrogen.
Wait. Okay, let's get this.
Hydrogen and ignition.
There's hydrogen and ignition, right?
In the atmosphere where we're breathing.
Okay, make it go. Make a big one. Again, it's hard to see because of the light, but there's a little orange there.
But what we're also going to show is the characteristic of hydrogen that escapes from where you might leak it. I'm going to produce a leak on purpose, as if we were run over by a freight train.
A big one?
A big one. And
no
now
way.
We're going to leak into this room, and we're going to leak here. But imagine the comparison if this would have been gasoline and would have been a source of liquid around this area where we developed the leak. But by now, I can't ignite it. There's ignition going on, but I can't find the hydrogen because it's long gone.
It's gone.
It has the world's record, among other world's records, for escaping from where you leak it.
Now, if that was gasoline you spilt out of here, it would have been all over the floor. You hit that ignition.
And we'd have been up in flames.
Up in flames. You want to spill some more hydrogen, Roy?
Sure.
That's it. Yeah, it's coming out like crazy there.
But it's also able to be brought to just where we need it, in the combustion chamber or in the air, to combust as needed.
Do it again. I never get tired of seeing that, or not seeing it.
Or not seeing it. Well, the point of it is that among the things that could have been a disaster, this is one that goes away the quickest, is not poisonous before you burn hydrogen. We produce it, in fact, in our own metabolism, and produce it as a byproduct of the microbes that live in our intestinal system. And after you use it, you just make water, potable water, water you can drink. And in the process, you can clean the air that is now unfit for human breathing.
So that's one of the things we want to talk about. Right here in this air floating around here, there's allergens and bacteria and
tire particles.
Tire particles from the tire rubber down here.
Peroxyacetyl nitrate, and many other things that we wish we wouldn't ingest.
Right, now it's all floating in the air that we're breathing.
That's right, but now,
when you hit this, and that hydrogen burnt right there.
It would have produced the temperature and the kinetics of combustion to turn those unwanted things into water vapor and traces of carbon dioxide.
So for the moment while that was combusted there, that air became sterilized.
That fast.
How fast?
That fast.
How fast?
I mean, virtually that fast.
That fast.
Yep. And in a modern engine, such as the engines that we show here, we can clean enough air to fill 3 homes per day with safe air. In fact, this would be just as effective if somebody was dumping anthrax spores on you. If you arrange to breathe the exhaust of the engine,
there's air coming out of the engine?
Yeah, the air coming out the exhaust of the engine.
Oh, it's because we're running lean.
Indeed, indeed, indeed.
So we're running lean, and so you can breathe the air and the water vapor.
That's right.
Coming out of the tailpipe.
Out of the train of events that is your energy conversion regime.
Now, if you're running rich and there's no oxygen left in the air, of course, then you can't.
You wouldn't.
But if you're running lean,
as we do all these engines.
Right, but you can't run lean on gasoline because you got to have a fuel to air ratio that doesn't stipulate you can run lean.
But you notice we have a fuel air ratio in this room, in this shop, that might be 2 million to 1 air to fuel. And we're readily able to combust it on demand as we do here.
Right there. I love this bottle. It's my favorite thing.
Well, this is carbon that should be used as a durable good instead of as a fuel constituent that is lost through the exhaust pipe or the smokestack. We're showing how to use carbon to a much greater advantage.
No, there's no steel liner in here, no aluminum liner. This bottle is nothing but carbon fiber.
This bottle is reinforced with nothing but carbon fiber and epoxy, which holds the fiber in place.
That's a real miracle of modern manufacturing.
But it's the sort of thing that makes a better golf club, makes a better tire, makes a better structural.
Makes a better car.
By far a better, safer car, and a much lower curb weight car for improving fuel economy.
You can build a building out of that too.
You can build a building out of it. You can do as one of my students did in turning a Nissan that was abandoned behind a Circle K into a formidable competitor that now outruns Corvettes and Mustangs. muscle cars.
So you can get a lot of horsepower out of hydrogen too.
You can get a lot of horsepower. You can use the carbon that would have been lost through the use of gasoline or diesel fuel as a structural for making cars much
What about that jet out
stronger and
there
safer.
flying in the distance?
Just as we convert these piston engines, we can convert any turbine.
That turbine engine can run on hydrogen as well.
Very well. Better than it can on petrol.
In fact, external combustion engines, better known as turbines, jet engines, are renowned for being able to run on a whole variety of fuels.
That's very true.
Right from their very nature.
And by this technique, we'd run them much better with a clean outcome, so they could be flying through the sky, cleaning the air
And at higher efficiencies.
at much higher efficiencies.
And lowering our ticket cost.
And helping everybody by making a anti-inflationary outcome to what is now extremely inflationary as we burn up the petrol reserve.
Okay. Hey Roy, we're in Arizona. Is that rain?
Yeah, that's rain. You can see Varga already, rain that falls through the atmosphere but doesn't reach the surface. As soon as it has a cooler atmosphere to fall through, it'll get all the way to the surface.
Wow, that's our hydrogen on the way, isn't
That's
it?
hydrogen on the way. That's hydrogen oxide that we can make into oxygen as a commercial oxygen or hospital-grade oxygen, and hydrogen for fueling any vehicle or carrying on all the chemistry that hydrogen facilitates.
You know what? Everything you and I are talking about and showing to people, this is all about chemistry.
It's all about chemistry.
This is all about chemistry. This is high school level chemistry. This is college level chemistry. This is the best chemistry in the world that has made everything around us possible.
It's the very chemistry that goes on in photosynthesis everywhere you see a green plant.
And you know what? This is also the chemistry everyone's ignoring in high school, in college, and the stuff that they're not taking.
Well, unfortunately, we're ignoring the opportunity to get much larger returns on investments that we've made in the rolling fleet and the stationary engines around the world.
But what about the kids in school right now who are watching this and they want to go into a future involving this? What can we say about chemistry?
Well, this is a very good subject to study. It's a very good subject to apply. And they could do well to begin that application on a go-kart that they convert to hydrogen.
And study your chemistry.
And study your chemistry, study your physics.